okay? And let's show you another Major League player who has now reached an excellent power position. And you notice right there that he's relatively closed up with third base. You notice that he has extension in both the arms, and his head and eyes are level. His fingers are on top of the ball, and you notice how they're kind of loose there. Okay, guys, so let me explain to you what happened. After you gathered and stored the energy, okay, and that was in our lift and load position, you increased the flexion in the back leg, which allowed you to glide out, correct? It allowed you to glide out. It took you to the power position where all these neat things are happening, and this is simply the most efficient position to throw a baseball from. Now, I want you to, this is kind of complicated. It's a couple terms of physics, and it only is going to hurt for a minute. So I want you to try to learn, as he started to glide with the back knee forward, he's gaining momentum. He gained momentum, and momentum is a linear force. And I know that sounds complicated, but it just means it's a straight line force. So in other words, as he's gliding, gaining momentum, it's a straight line force. We don't see any type of a turn action has ever happened here at any point in time. Can you all notice that? And that's very, 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 very important. Y'all heard to drive off the rubber? Not true. If you drive early, what would happen? Well, you never would have had time to get extension in your arms, and you would have short-armed. And that meant your arm would have had to take a real quick cycle to catch up. Or another thing that would have happened real bad if you drove early, rather than what? Glided. Your body would have started to open too soon, and then you ever heard the term, he's rushing, or he's dragging his arm through? That would all be caused by a pitcher driving off the rubber early. He didn't. He increased the flexion in his back leg, and he glided out, and that's very good. Now, there is going to be a thing happening in our next lesson that's called the dynamic energy change, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. You guys up for that?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
As we reach the power position, we notice that the professional pitcher has obtained extension in both arms with flexion in the elbows and fingers on top of the ball. His glove hand is taking a picture from behind as if he had a camera in it. His body is still closed and facing toward the third base side of the infield. Notice the drive off the back leg has not yet begun, as engaging the hips too early would cause him to open up too soon or rush. In addition, at this point, all accomplished professionals have established eye contact with the target. In our next lesson, we'll see how the power position changes from a momentum-gaining linear force to a rotational force through a dynamic energy change.